Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk through this. I actually mentioned it quickly in my last video if you managed to watch that, which was a little overview of this guy, the Vanguard Speedloader Mark II. But this is what I'm going to talk about today, and this is a bit of a love-hate relationship I have with this. This is the EMG SAI, so Salient Arms, you can see the branding right there, BLU. And it's their blowback EMG Tier One 2.0 RMR cut slide. And this they do in 3 different colors. This is their rose gold. They do a gold, which is, I think they do all have, do their blackout have it? No, so the rose gold and the gold both have these kind of gold backs to them and the actual mag release, and then this is the rose gold outer barrel that it has. The other one, which is the gold, just has a gold barrel here. But I got this because I thought actually it's pretty good looking. And I don't know if you guys agree, it is Salient Arms, which is a real steel manufacturer. They've obviously given their license through Evite Machine Group. And when I saw it in photos, in pictures, and to be honest, when I picked it up and I looked at it, it does feel like it's a very cool looking pistol, and I would love to know if you guys think that, so please do leave me a comment below. I've actually not got the RMR slide on here right now. I couldn't find it just quickly. I had a red dot on top of here previously. I actually moved that to another replica, but normally good, I'm going to break it before I talk through it. Normally that has just a flat plate on it, which is making it look like your standard kind of Glock variant. So this really size-wise is the Glock 19. I got this kind of when I was like, oh, I quite like Glock 19s. What I've since realized is the Glock 19 actual pistol is just not, the grip's just not good for me. I think I've got this kind of little extended plate on here, which has, I'm having an absolute shocker, which has made that possible. The other thing to mention then is actually this slide release is too easy to knock, or it's just in a position where I'm knocking it. It's not that protruding, to be honest, but it is definitely a position where I'm knocking it. What I actually ended up doing with this is I removed the orange tip from it. I'm going to be careful about that. And I actually scratched this up a lot. So it's kind of got this little flared well, but I got a Sharpie and I just put blacking on the end of it because I didn't like just having the scratches on there. The actual barrel as well, the outer barrel, you can see it does scratch, and it's going to be kind of like your regular Glock where it's scratching in that position just at the top of the chamber, but it is obviously not scratching in rose gold. It's scratching in that kind of metallic color. Again, I don't think it looks awful. It's got the Salient branding here, which I think is cool. It's got the 9mm, which obviously it's 6mm, not 9mm. That I do think is cool, that kind of exposed barrel. It's got some good grip on here. So, you know, it's easy to rack it back. You've kind of got that stippling kind of style, you know, texture that is on the front and the back, or the front and the rear of the slide. I don't know if I like the rear of this, the beaver tail. I mean, it's fine. It does, I suppose, what it's supposed to. But I do kind of prefer that standard Glock style look. What I did actually like about this is that it's got that flat trigger. So I generally will put flat triggers in all of the Glocks that I have, and that costs money. And so this actually having that flat trigger is great. One thing is it's not adjustable. So I would actually probably change that. I don't actually use this thing very much, so I'm not going to end up doing it. I'll probably give it away or sell it. But it does have, you know, a flat trigger, which I prefer just in terms of the feel of it. It's got this flared magwell piece. Again, though, like the kind of quality of it is good, but it definitely looks better in pictures, I think, or on video than it does probably in real life. It's kind of got this kind of squarish, this feels very plasticky, the polymer that's on the bottom. The slide, the upper slide is actually metal, but again, I think it's because of this texturing. It does feel kind of more like polymer. It's definitely metal. You can feel the coldness of it. It's got only single-sided slide release, which I think on something like this, which is kind of like your you know, it's your race gun style kind of upgraded thing, you'd expect that would have ambidextrous, like your Glock 45 or, you know, the more modern Gen 5 Glocks. I would have expected that, but it doesn't have that functionality. It is that style of the Glock, but my real gripe are these. Now, the mags you can get, they don't feel as well built as your Elite Force Glock mags. You can tell because they've kind of got these red gas router lips in. I don't think the mag capacity in terms of the gas is as good on these. And I've actually put this here, but it comes with this very ugly kind of flat base plate on it. And you can see it in the pictures when you go and look at it online. But it's just this plastic base plate and it's so fat, it kind of fills out the flared magwell area. So when you've got them in pistol mag pouches, they're just really annoying. It's kind of got these little 2 finger grooves. I should probably have it here to show you, but it's got these 2 little finger grooves here, which again, I don't like. I've ended up changing all mine out for this rubberized kind of base plate. Goes on the kind of Glock style. It's from airsoft.com is what it says on the bottom here if you want to look at those. But it does mean that I'm having to, basically like a Elite Force Glock, remove that to get to the fill valve. The normal one has that in place. But for $35, I don't like them. Normally actually as well, because they don't fit in my other Glocks. So that little weird base plate there just means it's not actually going to sit in my Glock. I'm going to see actually right now if this fits. I don't actually have a 19 with me. I've only got a 45 in there. But it does not fit. It's kind of like a weird pistol. The other Glock mags don't fit in here. So it kind of is like, oh, look, this is a Glock replica that looks a bit cooler. But it isn't. It just doesn't work that way. So that's my main gripe, I think, with this. Other than that, you know, I think it's fine. It's got this weird kind of red nozzle in there. I don't think the performance is that great. Like I've actually got a bit of locking there. Look. Sticking on there. I need to lube it probably. But yeah, I don't think it's a great pistol. This one's $200, so it's not insanely expensive, but it is more expensive. They actually make these going up to like $450, $500, and it must be different licensing, different build. So this is kind of their cheaper model. I do like that you've got an RMR cut kind of slide here, so you can just stick a red dot onto it. The iron sights are good. Got those white markings on them, so they work. They're clear to see. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on this. But I think one thing I just wanted to make you guys aware of is when I saw it online, I thought this is awesome. Went into the shop, actually ordered it, didn't really pick it up before I walked out the store, got it home. Kind of like the look of it. This gold is just tacky looking. It's kind of too bright. It kind of looks like it's plastic. It is metal, but again, it kind of feels and looks very plasticky. I probably picked the wrong one as well because I think that clashes the actual gold and rose gold. But I don't know. I think the look is great. Oh, sorry. Another thing which I found very weird is it has a safety here. And now this is very like my Glock 26 TM, which is the only other one I've seen. But I push this down. I'm not going to rack that with the mag in because I'm going to show you it firing in a second. But if I actually put the safety on, if I rack the action there and I push this little metal thing down, it means that I can't pull the trigger, which is fine because that's kind of good. The problem is getting that thing back up is almost impossible. Like there's no real way of, like you have to kind of try and get your thumb underneath this little catch. And so what I've actually had to do is get a fork, which is now attached to a magnet. And I've actually had to like underneath it and like push it up to get the safety off. So functionality wise, again, I wouldn't use it, but it's just like not being thought out right. And I feel like this would not actually wear that well. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on it. I'll show you what it's like to fire it quickly. It's not bad to fire. It's kind of snappy. It's flat trigger. I like it. But the performance in terms of the range, the hop on it just not seemed great. I don't know. You can tell, guys, look, it's locking. It's doing that again. You can tell I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I do think it looks cool. Here we go. And I'm not getting the slide lock. Yes, I am. I was holding down that at the time. So yeah, that is the EMG SAI BLU Compact Gas Blowback Pistol. EMG is the licensing. It is copied of SAI or Salient Arms. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day wherever you are. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this and what is the next video I should do. Let me know. Goodbye.